It's time to get outdoors on WHTL. Are you ready? From the deepest woods to the open waters, from the rocky trails to the snowy tracks, if that happens outdoors, we're talking about it. From fishing to hiking to hunting to trail riding, we cover it all. Brought to you by Petrick Service Station, Holden Sporting Goods, Black River Express, Moe Hardware, the Levis Drum Rail Riders, the Elk Ride and Gun Club, Triplo County Economic Development and Tourism, and the Associated Conservation Clubs with Triplo County. So tighten up your boots, check your hook, and fire up the engine. The adventure starts now.
It is that time once again. It is Thursday morning, time to get outdoors here on Coffee with Brian, and no one knows outdoors better than our state conservation warden from Fall Creek, Ryan Lowery. Good morning, Ryan.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I ain't too bad. Enjoying the unusual foggy weather and getting all prepped up here for the fall. Seasons are going to be in full swing, and I wish I could say it's the busy season, but man, I don't think Wisconsin doesn't have a busy season, except for the past few winters when we don't get snow. Kind of slows things down a little bit then.
Yep. Yeah, it's ever changing in Wisconsin, so there's something new coming around the corner all the time.
All the time. I mean, I think every sport out there is got its peaks, and the summer with everybody getting out and about, I'd say the peak right now is still boating, ATV, and UTV, and out there. A lot of people getting in the wrecked vehicles and enjoying the good weather while we still have it. And but if you ask me, we got the best weather yet to come here with fall. Yeah, coming up, it's my favorite time of the year.
Yeah, that's me too. I am like a 50 to 60 degree guy. I love that weather with the fall colors changing. But this weekend, it's kind of like our unofficial end to summer with Labor Day weekend. And so there's going to be a lot of people out on the waters, a lot of people on the road. I'm sure we should probably talk some safety for them.
Yeah, definitely. Going to be a lot of people out and about. Biggest thing I want everybody to remember this weekend is to take it easy. We got all day to get there. No need to be in a hurry to get anywhere. Take your time, enjoy the ride, whether it's a little car trip up north to the cabin that you're staying at, or the camping spot you're going to, or on the lakes, rivers, and trails out there in your wrecked vehicles. So just take it easy. Don't stack up your schedule so much where you feel like you got to rush from point A to point B. Enjoy your time out there in the woods and waters. That's my biggest ask of everybody, is to just take a laid back approach and enjoy the weekend, this unofficial stop to summer, if you will. It's been quick this summer. Yeah, we were just talking about that before going on air, how fast the summer seemed to go by. And like you said, this weekend, it's a weekend for rest and relaxation, so no need to be in a hurry. And then also be careful. Like if you're out there, don't drink and drive. Don't be getting on the ATVs. Have sober drivers, all that. Alcohol is going to be part of it. We're in Wisconsin, but just drink responsibly. Yeah, can't stress that enough. Really drink responsibly out there. Designate DDs. Have somebody else drive that UTV for you, and switch off days so everybody can enjoy and partake in the pastime. I mean, we got some good sporting events to watch on the TV with the Packers and the Brewers doing pretty good. The Brewers especially. Yeah, it's been quite a delight to watch them turning around and be the best team out there in Major League Baseball right now. So I know everybody's going to be wanting to get to TV and have a couple beverages with friends out there, watching Brewers beat whatever team they got coming up. I can't remember their schedule, but keep that winning streak going. So just take it easy and just plan accordingly. Don't leave yourself in a situation where you might make some poor choices. Yeah, exactly. And the Brewers are doing good. I'm going to tell you this. I've never been a big sports fan, but since working here, learning more about sports, I'm finding myself watching these games and enjoying it. Don't tell my wife that. It's been pretty sweet. I've been a Brewers Packers fan my whole life, of course, living in northern Wisconsin. It's been real sweet to see the crew turning around and hopefully be a really good contender. I just hope everybody stays healthy. We get Churio back here for the postseason here. So, and the reason I bring up the Brewers, I want to make a pitch out there, is that on Friday, September 12th, they got it's the state park 125-year celebration out there, where some of the proceeds for their ticket sales goes to helping the parks and maintaining that sweet program and entity we have here throughout Wisconsin. That's part of
a great way to enjoy the fall is start visiting our parks, especially if you don't have kids and you don't have that school obligation. Our parks really become, I think, the best that they can all be, with the fall colors popping off here in a couple weeks. And for the most part, they're not full up during the fall. They remain pretty calm, pretty relaxing, and not too chaotic with kids all over the place. Unless you got kids, nothing to hit that. It's fun to let kids run around in our parks too. So
yeah, but for some of the older folks, if you're retired or something, it is like I get done at 9:00, so it's kind of nice to go out to some of these places when school is in session, because a lot of times you have these beautiful sceneries all to yourself.
Yeah, it's pretty special when you can really take it in and not have the chaos that some of the busy times of the years have.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and so, talking about getting outdoors and into the woods, bow hunting season is right around the corner, too.
Yeah, right around the corner. We got a couple seasons starting off here this next week, but I'll touch on that a little bit later. I do want to touch on bow hunting, since that's a major thing for Wisconsin. That's probably one of the feature things that I look forward to in the fall, being a bow hunter myself. I want to encourage folks to get out there, plan to check your stands, safety harnesses, make sure all that gear is up in good working order. Don't leave yourself rushing into the woods and jumping up into a stand to realize you have some storm damage and a loose stand that you're climbing up into and making it unsafe. Dust off that bow and crossbow too. Start flinging some arrows. Hopefully you already have been flinging some arrows, just so you're accurate and on point for when that giant hopefully steps out in front of you here this fall. You don't want to rush a shot, make a poor shot. You want to be on point with that. And then I can't stress enough, it's been the talk for quite a few years of the hunter numbers kind of yo-yoing out there. We got an older crowd out there for the majority of our hunters. Plan to do some mentored hunts. Get some folks that traditionally haven't been jumping in the woods the way us hunters have been every fall. Encourage them to come out in the woods with you, get a feel for the sport, and grab some young folks too. Get them interested. Pull them off the electronics and put them in the woods. Yeah. But I mean, if they're pretty diehard on the electronics, I'd be lying if I say I didn't pull out my phone and check my fantasy football while sitting in the tree stand too. Sometimes, a little downtime. A little set in your fantasy football league in the tree stand doesn't hurt, but got to do what we can to get some young folks out in the woods and in those tree stands and enjoying that pretty fun pastime that we got.
Yeah, and we do, like you said, we need to get more of those kids active in that. And I would say to people out there who have families, like maybe you have nieces or nephews and their parents don't hunt. Like I used to hunt when I was younger, but I don't now. But when one of my daughters wanted to try hunting one year. My brother goes every year, so we were able to get her in hunter safety. She worked with him and stuff, and it was a great experience for them and a bonding experience. So maybe reach out if you got nieces and nephews. Reach out to them, get them out in the woods, and once you get them behind a bow or a gun, or they get to just sit out there in the woods, I think it really changes their perspective on the sports.
Yeah. You don't have to make it all about the success part of hunting. Because to me, that's really not what it's all about. It's all about the experience and the time out in the woods and connecting with nature. You never know what you're going to see in the stand. You see a lot of stuff, see deer and other wildlife do some funny things. And man, everybody's bringing their phones out in the stand now, and they've got some great cameras on there. People are getting some great footage of some pretty funny stuff. You can even get folks interested in tossing out a cell camera or two and being able to watch that, or trail camera, old-fashioned style, where you got to go in and out and grab your SD card. It makes it more of a surprise that way, instead of laying in your bed at 12 o'clock at night and seeing that giant sneak past your stand with that old cell camera. There's plenty of ways to get folks interested in outdoors without having to focus on the consumption aspect of it. And nowadays, a lot of folks are pretty tied into having their number 1, 2, 3 shooter bucks out there, and they're pretty heavily focused on some nice antlers. But to me, that's not what it's all about. Those are just the bonuses to hunting, and it might be your goal. But the goal is to just get out there, get passionate about the sport, and then for me, throw some meat in the freezer because I got a smoker, got some friends that like smoking meats, and I like having venison and putting some stuff together come winter, especially when we don't have trails open and the snow really isn't falling. Really good time to smoke up some venison come February. So.
Yeah. Oh, and venison, a lot of people are like, oh, venison, gross. But no, if you prepare venison right, it is a delicious food. You can... I got my neighbor, who's my brother-in-law. He makes me canned venison all the time, and oh boy, any present he can give me, he can just give me canned venison, and I'll take it. And smoked venison is delicious too.
Yep, yeah. Everything's in how you prep it. I mean, if you get the right cook, the right person, especially with a smoker, all smoked meat tastes like smoked fish. Smoked whatever. Smoked whatever you're doing is going to taste like the smoke that you're putting it in. So it's going to be great.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cure-all. It's almost like grinding up meat and making it into tacos. Shoot, you could serve a roadkill possum that's been baking on the sidewalk for a day and grind that up, throw a little cumin spice on there, and it's going to cover everything and make it taste great. So, there's several ways. If you don't like the gamey taste, you can definitely figure out a way to make that game enjoyable for you. And I don't know too many people that don't like jerky and don't like a beef stick out there too. And it's a great way to have your game prepared.
Yeah, and it is a delicious way to ingest it.
yeah, for sure. So I also want to highlight some of the hunting seasons we do have coming up. Of course, in a couple weeks, that bow hunting small game season kicks off a couple Saturdays from now. But starting right off this next week, our hunting season's getting a full swing with the morning dove and early teal season and early goose starting on September 1st.
Okay.
And then right away, right in the middle of the week, we got September 3rd kicking off our bear hunting season. Now, the DAB zones is what I like to call them, zone D, A, and B, when you're looking at the state of Wisconsin across the north. Those seasons start off with the first week being hound hunting only. But our zones everywhere in the south, we're in C right here, or who might be in F. We're right on the line right here. Okay. I forgot, I went a little south to get here to Whitehall. Up Fall Creek area, I'm C, of course. So those start off with baiting. You can't hound hunt south of those zones. So it's a pretty great opportunity we get every year to start off with bear hunting, and there's plenty of bear around. I'm reflecting back here a couple weeks. I was talking to my fiance in my kitchen, and right out my backyard, right in the middle of Osseo, we had a year-old cub scooting around in our backyard.
Wow!
I think he was just checking out some of the area bird feeders and milling right through town. So. Pretty special to see, but it just highlights the fact that we got so many bear in the area. And kind of up in your neck of the woods, that Highway B corridor, Jackson County, we got some state and other public lands up there. There are so many bear up there. Yep. Traditionally between I-94, Highway 53, there's several bear hit on those roads every year. There's bear milling around all over the place. I got locals shooting me text messages of sows with up to 5 cubs. Along that corridor. We got a lot of bear in the area. So maybe reach out to a neighbor that might want one thinned off their property, or give you the opportunity to hunt one, or jump out onto our state and club and county lands. So
I know up by me, I'm up off that B area in between B and Hillcrest, and it's kind of some wetlands in there, and we've had a bear with three cubs out there. We've seen a couple times, milling down the roads and stuff, and they're pretty timid when people come around. They don't really attack people much. People think, oh, you got to be afraid of bears, but you keep your distance. You just don't get in between mama and the cub, and you're going to be okay.
Yeah, I can't think of too many instances where a black bear does much harm to somebody. It's more defensive, reactionary, and when you're spooked, they're spooked, and they do what they can to either get away or scare you away. So thinking back to how everybody's got Ring doorbell cameras, everybody's got home surveillance. There's some pretty funny videos out there on YouTube with folks bumping into a bear that might have made their way into a garage, or picking apart their bird feeder, when everybody's surprised. And you can see how all bear generally react to people.
Yeah.
So Pretty harmless for the most part, but like you mentioned, that mother could get quite defensive and protective, but for the most part, they're pretty cool critters to see out and about in the woods.
Yeah. And it just shows that, we kind of got a healthy ecosystem out there too, that they're growing and expanding. And
yeah, we got a great ecosystem. With the amount of public lands we got in the area, not particularly Trempealeau County, a little thin there, but the associated clubs help out with that and providing a lot of public land opportunities for folks to get out on. But for the most part, Trempealeau County is pretty private. But you start getting into Jackson County, Clark County, Eastern Eau Claire County, and there's a lot of public land opportunities, a lot of places for folks to sneak in the woods, find their own little slice of heaven, and have a comfortable place to hunt where they're not really going to bump into folks.
Yeah.
So, and all those areas, of course, the wildlife have found them too, and when they're not getting bothered by people, they're hiding out there too. So find your little slice of heaven, whether it's on your friends' lands, private property, or out on our public lands that we got in the area, and get after it.
Yeah.
It's right around the corner.
Yeah, it is. And how's fishing been going for everyone out there? I know we've had a lot of rain, so I don't know if that's been affected. Up until now, I mean, we haven't had much rain in the last couple of weeks, but yeah, it was
right.
It was rough there for a while.
Yeah. It's been, I'd say, cyclical at best here for this year. We have had an unusual year. I'd say overall it's been quite wet. I don't know what our rainfall totals are at, but I'm guessing it's got to be up for the year. I really haven't seen any of our creeks, rivers, or lakes get to any kind of super low drought point. So with that, it's been making fishing a little more challenging, keeping our waters a little cloudy, our streams a little cloudy with the rainfall. And the high water gives fish more places to hide. I grew up, born and raised in Eau Claire, and I can remember always as a kid biking in the river when it was super low, walking out on some of these rock bars that I just haven't seen this year, and being able to target fish that are pretty concentrated in eddies. And, they're just able to move around more, hide in more spots, and you just got to find them. Of course, with the heat, some of the fish push into the deeper holes, and you gotta have your electronics firing off pretty good to be able to scope out where they'll be. But for the most part, fishing's been interesting. I'll say it's always tough, but it's been a little more interesting this year. The cool downs, they do help a little bit, but looks like we're going to warm back up here for this weekend. And of course, there's going to be a lot more traffic out there on the water bodies this weekend, but overall, I think our fish are used to it. You just got to get creative and don't be fearful of everybody tearing up the water with their pleasure boating. Those fish really still hang to their same spot. Don't let that push you off fishing. Just maybe get out there early or a little late when they're not up there tearing the waters up with their tubes and pulling kids around before they have to go back to school. Let them have the midday, and you get out there in the mornings and evenings, and those fish will still be there, and waiting to hit whatever you're tossing at them.
Yeah, and we all know when you go fishing, it's not always about catching fish. Sometimes it's just about being on the water.
Yeah. Take it all in. Get out there, see what you see for wildlife. I have not seen ducks or geese really moving much. I think they're hanging to their normal spots. So we're not going to see much for migration. Shoot, I even think some of our raptors and stuff are supposed to start to migrate south. It's all supposed to start around now, but with the temperatures and odd year that we've had, I think all that stuff's back a couple weeks. So.
Yeah. It all depends when that cold fronts start moving in, and then then they start getting a move on. But
yeah, for sure. But you got to be out there to find out if something's happening. So get out there, enjoy it, and take in whatever you can get into. So
yeah, exactly. And we got some more stuff to talk about too.
Yeah.
Got a whole list of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure we cover everything.
Yeah. I just got a couple more bullet points that I want to toss out there here. I want to say back to the ATV, UTV, off-highway vehicle side of things. I just want to let everybody know that we're on track for above average fatal UTV, ATV crashes. Solemn topic, but it just goes to highlight that we really need to focus on safety. Buckle up, get helmets on, and just operate safely overall. Trails trails are in good order. We haven't had too many storms come through to where it's going to be pretty muddy trails and some unsafe conditions, making people hit puddles a little hard and do stuff a little more risky. The trails are, for the most part, pretty decent. So just enjoy it solely, and just be mindful of the other folks that are out and about enjoying it too.
Yeah, because you got to remember too, your police force and your fire department and everyone who has to respond to these things, are out trying to enjoy their weekends too, and it's tough on those people who have to go to these crash sites and stuff. So be careful out there, slow down, watch what you're doing, and again, don't drink and drive.
100%.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, what else you got on your list there for us?
Well, I could keep talking.
Yeah.
I've got plenty of things that I want to hit on. More along the lines of what you're going to be seeing maybe out and about in the future. If you've got a area where you don't have a local warden, currently the Eau Claire station is vacant. We're going to be getting a new guy in December area. He'll be off field training and helping alleviate some of my workload up in the Eau Claire County area.
Okay.
Comes from the Chippewa Falls area, local guy, pretty knowledgeable of the area, so it's good to have a new teammate coming in. And then we got the new class of wardens going to be approaching here pretty soon. They're going to be getting conditional offers here in the fall, and then starting up their academy at the start of next year.
Okay.
So we've had some retirees in the area. I know this radio station reaches out and touches some folks over in Buffalo County, and old Bob Jumbeck, he's hung it up over there. I think a couple months ago now.
Okay.
He's retired and out of that station and enjoying all the hunting and fishing and time with family that he can right now. And we'll be having a new person starting in that station here. My guess is pretty quick, but I think that station is quite sought after.
Okay.
With the fun opportunities in Mississippi and those rolling hills and Mac Daddy deer have for us, that we're going to have a lateral move into that station. So I'm guessing maybe somebody local, one of your local wardens, is going to shift over into that Buffalo County station. We're going to have some coverage here for the fall. So.
Okay. Is that something you're looking towards? Can we put in a good word for you?
Yeah. If I wasn't so rooted in my old home county of Eau Claire County, I'd definitely be tempted by it, because that Mississippi River seems like a fun body of water to patrol, to work, especially with the duck, the fishing, the duck hunting, the fishing opportunities, pleasure boating, and then of course what those rolling hills and the big whitetails, what all that has to offer. But no, I'm pretty rooted here at that Fall Creek station. I really enjoy it, and I enjoy the Eau Claire area. I think I'm going to let one of my fellow teammates swoop into that station and make it what they will, and immerse themselves into that community. So hopefully they end up buying some land so I can broaden my ability to hunt fun in different places, and maybe get a chance at something with some big beautiful antlers on it over there in Buffalo County. So
it is beautiful down there too, and just to go visit. At least you can go visit, right?
Yeah. Maybe do what I can to bribe my way onto hunting their 40 if they end up buying a 40. But we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I got some fun hunting opportunities here in my area, and I do enjoy hunting public land too. And just don't let all that talk that folks like to throw onto Buffalo County shade that public land opportunities we got. You can shoot some giants on public land too. We got some really, really great opportunities, and like I said, with the club land here in Trempealeau County and some of the rolling hills on our west edge. Shoot, it's just an extension of the myth of Buffalo County, let's say. In some regards, I honestly think that Trempealeau County might have Buffalo County beat in some instances. So we got some really dandy deer, some folks doing some good QDM, quality deer management, and creating some great opportunities on our public lands. So I've hunted Boris Valley and Chimney Rock plenty myself, and I've seen some huge deer, but they're smart. They don't get huge by being dumb, and I just haven't been in the right spot at the right time there. So,
better luck next time, huh?
Yeah, right. That's what keeps you after it. It's the chase.
Yeah, exactly. Well, very cool. Was there anything else you want to cover before we get going today?
Pretty good on that. I think I've hit everything I'd like to. So.
Oh, good deal. Well, thanks so much for coming in. It's always an experience and learning. And like I said to everyone, please be safe out there this weekend. Be safe today with all that fog. It looks like it's clearing up a little bit. And we should probably let you get back to work then.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. We've been talking with Brian Lowery here on Coffee with Brian and your Get Outdoors segment. We're going to get back to the hits right after this.
Start your day with the good stuff.
All right, make it extra large, 2 sugars, lots of cream.
Coffee with Brian.
Somebody said something about coffee.